Welcome back, everyone. Week 5 previews and analysis rolling right along here. This preview for the game between the Indianapolis Colts and the Baltimore Ravens. Certainly a lot of history between these two franchises, both past and present. Remember Chuck Pagano in the present coming over from Baltimore, their former defensive coordinator, now, of course, the head coach in Indianapolis. These two teams, Baltimore coming in with a record of 3-1, Indianapolis at 2-2. This game is going to be played in Indy, which I think is a key part in this game. Both these teams, though, two teams that like to pass the ball. As a matter of fact, Indy number 1 in passing offense in the league, and Baltimore at number 9 in the league passing the ball. And both these teams not very good at getting after the quarterback. All right, a little surprising. Baltimore only with 4 sacks. Now, I know the sack number isn't indicative of how many times they've pressured the quarterback, but I think against a quarterback like Andrew Luck, it's more important to get home on him and sack him. And what I mean by that is Luck is very good at extending plays. So sometimes it's not good enough to just pressure a quarterback like him. You need to get to him and actually sack him. Terrell Suggs and Elvis Dumervil and company have a big game in that department. And then for Indianapolis, I mean, they have such a lack of pass rushers. Can they get after Joe Flacco at all? I think that's going to be a big thing to watch here in this game because the Raven offense, ever since that first game where they looked awful, has played very well, and particularly passed the ball very well. You have a resurgent Steve Smith, okay? You have certainly Torrey Smith. You have just a resurgent passing game led by Gary Kubiak and Joe Flacco. How does Baltimore come off of what I think was an emotional game because they all wanted to win it for Steve Smith last week at home versus Carolina? From Indianapolis' standpoint, how long can they go relying so much on Andrew Luck to do everything on offense? Does there come a tipping point against these better teams like Baltimore where their lack of a running game really kills them and their lack of a good offensive line hurts them? And, of course, in my mind, their lack of really any playmakers on defense. LaRon Landry, obviously, now out with a suspension for violating the substance abuse policy. How much does that hurt them in this one? Especially against a team in Baltimore who likes to throw the ball down the field, particularly off play action. So I think this is going to be a game where both these offenses are able to move the ball, okay? Because that Baltimore defense is towards the bottom of the league in passing defense. And again, like I said, they don't sack the quarterback with much regularity either. So I look for both these teams to put more points on the board probably than people think. I think it's going to be a very good game. One of the better games of the week between two teams I think that will eventually be playoff teams in the AFC. I like Indianapolis to hold their home field -3.5 to beat Baltimore. But again, I think it's going to be a very closely contested game with Andrew Luck pulling a drive late to win it. Guys, let me know what you think. Hit me up in the comments. Hit me up on Twitter. Be sure to subscribe. Preview every game. Always talking the NFL. Couldn't do it without you subscribers. It's really the bottom line. Thanks for listening. Have a great night.